Hello. Now in this lecture we are coming to the end of defining the tags. So we already defined all tags necessarily for that control loop. So we have defined the tags for two transmitters, one level transmitter and one flow transmitter. We define the tag for a pump and for a control valve. So the only remaining element here is the tags necessary for this PID controller. So the PID controller, to define the tag for the PID controller, we need the code as we have done, like we need a function block, and then we create that data block as an instance from the function block. How can we do this? So we need to create first the function block. So either we can do it manually, we can do the all coding required for the function block, but Siemens has provided us with a library. This library has already predefined PID control. To get access to that library, it's very easy. Just open any of the FC or the FP you have, and then we insert the function block. So how can we do this? This is the library, and then under standard libraries we'll find PID control blocks. So under PID control blocks there are several types of control blocks. There is FP41, which is continuous PID, which is the standard PID controller, continuous _S, which is the step PID controller, a little bit different, but not the same as a continuous, like somehow as a digital controller, but in PID control loop there is a pulse generator control PID, which is different type, and so on. So our one, we're gonna make it as we said, as simple as possible. We're gonna use the standard PID controller, which is FP41. So we'll just insert FP41. It says FP41 already exists in your PLC. You want to override it? Yes. Okay, so now inserted the block here in our FC. It has all the elements required. So we have the DB. So we defined the FB that for the PID controller, which in our case will be FP41. Okay, if we just try to open the code inside, it will say the block is protected because this function block is generated from Siemens library, so it's protected. We can't see any element inside that FB. But we can assign the tags necessarily assigned as instances from this FB. How can we do this? It's very easy. So now we can see here FB41 already defined, already been added here. It wasn't before. And then we can just right click and insert data block, and this data block is an instance of FB41. So it wasn't there before in a drop down menu. It's already been defined here because we enabled and we assigned FB41 for the PID control loop. Okay, and then we assign simple name for it, which is PID _123, and it's gonna be called PID controller. Okay, if we double click here, we'll have all the tags created from that FB and have some comments here to help. If these comments are not helpful enough, we can just go to our FC and hit F1. Once we hit F1, it will open the standard help window, which have all the information you need to understand how this FB works and what are the parameters can be configured and what does it mean for each one of them. Okay, very easy. So now we finished this stage, the definition of the tags. In our next lecture, we will start doing the coding required. Thank you.